Okay, now this is something, this one right here, something we call a trimarane, but this is some of the early trimarangs. You got a main, what we call a canoe in the middle, and then you got two little flotations on the side. Now, of course, this one, two flotations of the same size. Now, do you call that a catamaran? Or do you call that a water ski, a snow ski, a snowshoe, or what? Maybe a combination of the three. But you can see early on these things kind of blending together, the ideology and the ideology, and you can see here these flotations kind of blend together. And look at this one, kind of blend together. And this is the classical outrigger. This is the classical outrigger, a canoe with one outrigger. And what does the outrigger do? It stabilizes the boat. And in a lot of cases, these boats early on were no more than just one little stick or one bamboo pole. One bamboo pole with a little side pole, connected to it. And the theory and the idea. And most of the time the guy's getting wet. Most of his body, just like a surfboard. You see the kids sitting on the surfboard and most of it is underwater. And a lot of times, some of these very, very small boats, just enough to keep the main part of the body afloat. And we want to take that in consideration. That early on things were less sophisticated, and as we move forward, they become a little more sophisticated. And we're going to take that into advisement. Now here we are with a raft from the Caribbean. The Caribbean rafts. If you go down to the Caribbean, there you could get a little ride on some of these Caribbean rafts. But you also see this in the Orient. You also see this in parts of Asia. You get a ride on some of these rafts. Like, of course, if you got more people, then you got more bamboo. You got less people. Depending on what you're doing, less bamboo. The guy stands up on it and he pushes along with a stick. Now, you notice these guys is not wearing swim clothing. They're not wearing swim clothing. And now what does that suggest? It suggests that this is not a play toy. And the same thing with the water shoes. As you make them bigger, you get more stability, you get more buoyancy, and so you don't fall over, and you wear regular street type clothing. Now we'll look at this one. It's a little thin, less poles, and the guy's wearing a little less or whatever. But he's not designed to fall. Now he's in a bit of a wooded area, a bit of a swampy area, and maybe his poles, that's holding the water shoes together, are loosely tied. They're loosely tied together. And why is that? So he can wiggle and jiggle between the grass and the grasses. He can wiggle and jiggle a little bit between the grasses, and this is going to, make the thing work a little bit. So he wiggled and jiggled between this and that, and make the thing work.